Students pay rent or lose their desks at this elementary school. All right. So Kent School District officials are looking into a money management curriculum at a Covington elementary school that requires students to rent their desks and buy bathroom passes using classroom currency. Oh boy. All right. What's going on here? A mother of a 6th grader at Cedar Valley Elementary says she found out that her daughter had to go long stretches without using the bathroom when she ran out of pretend money. I was infuriated because it goes against our civil rights to have access to a public restroom, said the mother, who asked not to be identified. Kent School District spokesperson Melissa Laramie confirmed she has heard of 2 teachers using the curriculum, which is akin to the My Classroom Economy model popularized by the financial services company Vanguard. What in the flaming fuck does a financial services company have to do with creating curriculum for students? What the hell do they have to do with it? What the hell does a bank have to do? Or a financial services institution? What do any of them... They belong nowhere near education. Absolutely nowhere near. If you want to teach kids how to balance a checkbook or something like that, that's great. That's cool. I'm all about like home ec courses or whatever that would be designated as. A teacher can just teach that. You don't need to get the bank involved. You can just have a basic, life class or something like that. Have somebody that specializes in that teach it. You don't need the bank to be involved. You don't need them to give a seminar, or give a financial, or have this economic classroom theory. Hey, kids, you're going to be underpaid, so get prepared for it now. All right, let's move on in this article, though. The curriculum at website advertises it as fun experimental learning. That sounds hilariously fun. Hey, do you want to continue to have your desk, or do you really need to take a piss? That's what you should be worried about in school. Do I want to keep my desk, or do I not want to shit my pants in class? That's what not worried about your classes or your exams, but worried about that. That sounds fun. Doesn't that sound fun to you? Make yourself 12 years old again mentally, right? You're totally insecure. You're starting to be attracted to some of your fellow classmates. You have crushes. You're worried about how good you are at whatever extracurriculars you may or may not be in. You're worried about your grades. You're worried about, am I cool? You're worried about, do I have too much acne? You're worried about, am I ugly? You're insecure. You're awkward. You're developing BO. You should really have to worry about, do I want to shit my pants in class or keep my desk? That's what you should also be worried about instead of, your coursework on top of all those other things I just named. That sounds fun. Vanguard has their thumb on the pulse of the youth. This sounds so much fun. I'm actually a little jealous they didn't have this when I was in school. All right, so the company offers free curriculum. But, free. Sometimes you get what you pay for, by the way. It's free. All right, so students as young as kindergarten earn salaries to rent their desk. Pay can be completely garnished for breaking classroom rules. In her daughter's class at Cedar Valley, the mom said, students earn classroom cash, say that 5 times fast, for doing chores and for good behavior. Those who can't afford the rent on their desks and chairs get evicted and have to sit on the floor. Wow. So then they start thinking, okay, should I pay rent or should I go to the bathroom? How much fun is that decision? That's like the most fun decision ever, right? According to Vanguard, how fun is that? Boy, this is, man. Betsy DeVos wants to privatize all this stuff so we can get Vanguard doing more stuff. It's only a matter of time before people are going to Bank of America Elementary. And the curriculum will just be all about just life dealing with your rent money. And then after each fun, free curriculum, there will be a Bank of America form that you can fill out. And you can get a credit card right on the spot with a terrible interest rate that they will try to lock you into for the rest of your life. Because you're 12 years old and have no idea what the fuck you're signing. But if you don't sign it, you fail. Fun, right? Fun. All right. So let's keep... everyone watching is probably so jealous they didn't get this when they were in school. Basically, it teaches our children that there is no safe institution where they can feel like they can be children. Now, another thing people talk... Look, children... We have children that are already dealing with homelessness, housing insecurity, and food insecurity, says Navas. This is the executive director of the Equity and Education Coalition. We can't be adding this level of stress. Now, the curriculum teaches children that eviction and homelessness is simply the result of financial irresponsibility. Basically, it teaches our children that there is no safe institution where they can feel like they can be children. In an email, Vanguard spokesperson Dana S. Grosser, I feel like this is very accurate in describing what Vanguard is doing. Gross said the My Classroom Economy curriculum is in use by 900,000 unfortunate students across the country. I added that unfortunate part. Although she could not say how many of those students are in Washington State, Grosser said the curriculum is meant for teachers and schools to work together to determine how to implement the program while tailoring it to the specific needs of their school, classroom, and students. At the Kent School District, Laramie didn't confirm exactly which curriculum the teachers are using. Our school leader and district leaders are aware of the concerns this parent has brought forward, she wrote in an email. We are assessing the situation, determining our next course of action, and we will continue working with the family to address their concerns. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with having a workshop or a special day where students learn the idea of dealing with scarcity. That's fine. There are a million other ways to teach a lesson like that and implement that doesn't involve, hey, rent your desk or sit on the floor or take a shit. You have to pick between those. That's borderline child abuse, actually, forcing them to sit on floors, not allowing them to go to the bathroom. That is, actually, you know what? Take away the borderline. That's child abuse. That's what that is. That is actual child abuse. So why not just have, here's something that I did in school. One day, this is what we did in school. We were given an allotment of money, and we were given a dinner menu. And it was actually a menu that one of our classmates, it was his dad's restaurant that his dad owned. And it was a pretty fancy restaurant in town. So, they donated the menus to everybody. And your job, your task for the day, we learned how to deal. This was in math class, so we learned how to deal with scarcity. But we also learned how to calculate different things because we were taught, okay, so this is your task. You have to calculate what you want to get for dinner. You have to, add on some things if you want to get a side, and you have to make a kick-assitude dinner. You can't just be like, I'm going to order the side salad. I'm full now. Nope, got to order a legit dinner and, order some sides, whatever. You got to make sure you have enough money. You got to come in, and you got to factor in tax. We don't do that for you. You have to factor in the tax yourself, and you have to factor in tip. And we had, the graphs that, showed us this is the percentage. You have to calculate it yourself. So we had to do that, and we each did that. I think I got lamb chops. Didn't actually get them, but I think I ordered lamb. It's like lamb chops are pretty fancy. That would impress a date, right? So why not do that? That teaches the exact same lesson, how to deal with scarcity. And you're given a one particular, for instance, I have $50 or however, I don't remember exactly how much we had. It was probably less than that because this was a little while ago. You got $50. You got to factor in tax, tip, and you got to order a kick-ass dinner for you and a date or whatever. Do it. Learn how to deal with scarcity. I have a budget. You learn some math skills. You calculate the tax by yourself. It's not just on a receipt for you. You calculate the tip yourself. Nobody was denied using the restroom that day. Nobody had to sit on the floor. None of those things happened. Because fortunately, in my grade school, which, certainly had its flaws, but one of the flaws it didn't have was getting a curriculum from a financial services institution that had these ridiculous plans like, oh, yeah, make them rent their desk and throw them on the floor if they can't. If they don't have the imaginary rent money. Let them worry about rent now. They don't have enough to worry about. They don't have enough to worry about just being a preteen. Which, you couldn't pay me all the money in the world to be 12 years old again. They don't have enough to worry about. There might not be a planet for them. They don't have enough to worry about. Well, the planet will be, they might not be on it. You know what I meant. All right. Good job. This is what happens. Let's privatize all education so we can get more of this stuff. Betsy DeVos. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you wanna know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news